All right, so we're talking about all things slight edge. So I have got an amazing quote for you. Consistently repeated daily actions plus time equals inconquerable results. So this is my notes. Each morning I wake up, I weigh, and I do my lifelong learning. And this book has, as I said, the last few sessions changed my life, without a doubt. And the message is pretty much the same every time we open a chapter. On chapter 5, we're talking about the power of time and the Grand Canyon example. So let me just go and read you a little bit about it so we can talk a bit more about it. And I've got another Exhibit B today too to show you a live example of the slight edge. You supply the actions, the universe will supply the time. The trick is to choose the actions that, when multiplied by the universal amplifier, will yield the results you want. To position your everyday actions so time works for you and not against you. So, time. You just supply the penny, and the world, the universe, will supply the amplifier, which is time. But we cannot do it without time. Time is the key. And we are all frustrated when we have to wait. I'm the most frustrated person in the world when it comes to waiting. I hate waiting. We want things now, aren't we, in instant society? In this modern era, millions of people around the globe are fooled every minute of every day by two seductive little words: right now. We don't understand delayed gratification. All right, so you may be impatient, but that's okay. But you need to know that if anything good takes time, typically, and there's going to be an element of cultivating that goes with this. Right, here we go. We live in a push-button, instant access, fast food world where we want and expect everything yesterday. This is a natural progression in life. You plant, you cultivate, then you harvest. We've lost touch with the one where the real invisible power lies, the step of cultivating. And unlike planting and harvesting, this takes place only through the patient dimension of time. So, we're going to ask you the question, what are you cultivating? Let me ask this person right now that's going to come in. And before he comes in, I'm just going to go to my phone here, go to my photos, and I'm going to actually bring up a photo of him on the 7th of December. His name's Michael Smith. There he is. 7th of December 2023, he came in, he said, I'm looking to cultivate something here. I want to make a change.
I am Michael, 46 years old, from Elsfield. My current weight is 87 kilos and my body age is 58. My 10-week goal is to lose 10 kilos by 19th February 2024.
So he had a 10-week goal to lose 10 kilos, and that was where he was at. So Exhibit B, come over. Exhibit Smithy, here he is right now. Look at this! This is cultivation. Is right there, we're looking at a guy who was probably not quite sure where he was going. He needed a little bit of help, I don't know. But he was willing to put in the time to cultivate. So that was 274 days ago we just asked Siri. And if you just fast forward the tape, and I can't zoom in on his face, and we'll talk to him in a second, but I'm actually going to zoom in on the photo. Let's just freeze the play. So it's almost like this is an instant society here right now, but it takes a while to get the change in the skin. Here we go. So there we are on day dot, right? And here we are on day, I think it was 8 weeks in, hey? Like, you can see there's a fair bit more clarity and a bit more sort of hope, I guess. But buddy, how do you feel right now?
Buoyed. I've got so much more energy.
You're like a little boy. Look at the skin. He's like a 12-year-old. Like,
Doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen.
It's true. Yeah. So
Absolutely.
Cultivating. You were willing to do the cultivating. You can't just harvest the results. You've got to do some work. For you, what was the work to get to where you are right now?
The work is at least one Network 21 audio every day, at least. And if I track back since April, in the last 6 months, I've hit close to 300.
Wow, he's been tracking it and measuring it as well. I love that even more.
So yes, absolutely, just pumping the Network 21 audios and the lifelong learning.
So that's what we're talking about with our video question is not just carbs and steps and movement. It's more about what's going on here. It's about understanding the delayed gratification. Now, you can't just get results, in a short period of time. You've got to put in the hard yards and cultivate things, and you're cultivating your thinking.
Yeah.
And I think, so we could show you on my phone here because I've got his template on there. The lifelong learning, the stats that he puts into his phone every day is absolutely incredible. It's a real treat to watch that. And it has only been 274 days. But can you imagine doing this for 5 years? So don't worry about whether you're getting there or not, because it'll happen, like Pantene. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen. Worry about the direction you're going, and worry about what are you picking and what are you getting good at. All you got to do is provide the penny, and the universe will provide the time, as long as you just stay focused and keep your eye on the prize. So, final word from you, mate. I feel a bit like it's the minute with Maxwell, but you can finish this off, and then we'll throw them the video question.
So I'm just thinking of a line out of Jeff Olson's Slight Edge. He talks about all these little lifelong learning things that we do on a daily basis. They're invisible pretty much on a day-to-day basis. But all of a sudden, we have faith and they explode. That's my expectation and my expectancy. I
love it. And you know what explodes too? Technology. And this is something that we just played with today. That's why we're doing a bit of a longer video today. So let's go to the whiteboard. Click up here. Is that where we go?
That's where we go.
So here is the Slight Edge in a nutshell. You guys know this, but let's just remind you. Everyone starts here and goes along on this curve, and then eventually the tiny little things take off. So that is 5% of people are actually going on the upward curve. Why? Because they understand the power of time and the daily deliberate things, the mundane things. 95%, unfortunately, go down here. Why? Well, they haven't got the right philosophy. They don't yet understand really the power of delayed gratification. They don't trust that Slight Edge. So whether you call it compound effect Slight Edge or atomic habits, whatever it might be, just worry about the direction. And then eventually, through the power of the compound, it'll kick in. So there you go. There's our whiteboard. How cool is a whiteboard? What consistently repeated daily actions plus time equals inconquerable results? What are you currently in the process of cultivating? Let us know. We hope you have a great day on Saturday doing your lifelong learning and your team walks. And well done, Smithy. And go the Swans.